What if there was a way to steal your competitors' best performing emails and implement them for your email list? Well, it might sound too good to be true, but it's actually true, and in the video I'm gonna show you how to do this. I'm going to show you how you can spy on 7, 8, and 9-figure brands, how you can spy on your competitors, and how you can identify their top performing emails to make sure that you replicate only the winning ones rather than any emails they are sending, even if they're underperforming. So let's get right into the video. We're gonna be doing it based on 3 main websites, even though the one you're seeing right now, which is called Mailboard, is my current favorite one, mainly because there's so many features that make everything way easier, but I'm gonna get to that later on. The first website where you can kind of spy on your emails is called Really Good Emails, when you can spy on your competitors. And now this website has emails from e-commerce brands, but also from SaaS and so on, like software platforms, anything like that. So you can sort it by categories or like by popular, right? Where you can just kind of go and see the popular emails. Like for example, this one, I mean, this one's super clean. But yeah, you can just go by popular and kind of sort and like see what other brands are doing. Whether it comes to copy, design, structure, all of that, you can really go and spy and pretty much implement the same thing. But I'm gonna show you how to take only their winning emails, right? Because for example, you're also doing flows, you can kind of see what they're doing right now without having to sign up to their email list. Even you can do it as well, but you can look up any brand and you can probably find it there, like even for Nike or like Lululemon, let's say. Maybe they have it, they should, yeah, they do. So you can just search up the brand and look up all of their emails and see what they're doing, see the subject line, and so on and so on. So this is the first website, which in my opinion used to be very good in the past. Right now, I mean, it's still okay, but I prefer the Mailboard one. The other website you can use to spy on brands is mail.com. This one is great as well, similar to Mailboard, but I just prefer Mailboard because it's cleaner. But again, it works in a very similar way where you can just go to the brands and you can select any of the popular brands that you like to follow or to spy on anything like that. Another thing that you can do is kind of like make a list of your competitors and to look them all up over there, right? Because other than that, yeah, like you have all of the popular brands like Dr. Squatch, Lululemon, you have Clever, and so on and so on. So you can just click on the email and then again see what the brand is doing. You have preview for dark mode and normal mode, which is fine. And then also, for mobile and text. But I think it's in the premium version, which I don't use because again, I have Mailboard, which I personally prefer. But yeah, you can just do it like that. And the only thing I don't like here is that you can't really, I mean, you can also go to settings or I think lists. There's some way where you could you could follow it. I mean, you can filter it by the niche, so like beauty brands, for example, and you're gonna see only beauty brands, which like of course AliExpress is not one. I mean, technically it is, but you get the point. And you can see what these brands are doing, right? But then let's come to my favorite tool, which is called mailboard.com. It's a fairly new tool. I think it came out like a year ago. Their like main explore page has emails. They also have subject line view, which shows you subject lines. They also have GIF views, so we can just see GIFs that are being used in some of the emails. And then you have brands view, which shows you, just some of the brands, how emails have been collected, when was the last sent email, which is also fairly important. So that actually we're sending it for, for brands that are actually still doing it and not like a year ago or something. Then you also have packs section, which is like, one scroll email, surveys, all of that. Fairly similar to categories on reallygoodemails.com. But yeah, these are very nice. You can just go to well-designed emails and then, you can kind of look up what they're doing. I personally wouldn't agree that all of them are super nice designed. Like I feel like this one, for example, could be done better, but you get the point, that could be improved for sure. Now you can also follow some of the brands. So let's say you go to explore, you search up either by brand, which you can again, like there's tons of brands. I think there's way more than on Mild, but you can also sort by niches. So let's go, beauty, a fairly popular niche. You can type in beauty and you're gonna see a lot of beauty emails, and then you can go to the brand, specific brand, and kind of follow them to see what they're doing. And then you would go to following and you would be seeing all of their emails. So this is what you can do, and it works very well. Then again, for favorites, you can kind of favorite your emails, like an email you want to, like for example for Ritual, which is a great brand, which I'm also going to show you how you can actually identify top winning emails in just a second. You can also build boards. You also have reports, and if there's any brand that is not over there, you can kind of take this email, which is your Mailboard email, you would copy it and you would sign up to this brand's email list, so you can actually follow them and get all of their emails over there. So you also have them all in one place, and then you can also filter them by the brand name as well. Let's say we only want to do Titan Fitness, you would filter by Titan Fitness, and you can see all of their emails, when they were sent, and so on and so on. So yeah, that just works very, very well. You can then click on the email. You also have desktop preview, mobile preview, HTML, and text. Probably you won't need HTML and text, so this desktop and mobile is gonna be fine. You have the whole email on the right hand side. You also can scroll it. Obviously, you can click on the buttons. You have the subject line, you have the preview text, and also send the date, which is very, very nice. What kind of technology they used, email size, images size, scroll length, all of that is very, very nice, very important. So yeah, like very, very in-depth tool, which this is why I like it, because it's super in-depth. But yeah, now you might be wondering, like, how do you actually identify top winning emails? Okay, because we can see that the brand is sending a lot of emails, for example, but which one is the winning one? Like, if they're sending a few per day, like 2 per day in their case, like even maybe 4 per day, how do you know for sure that this one is the top performing one? Well, let's take a look at Ritual, for example. So let's assume there is supplements niche, you're selling supplements and you want to see what kind of content performs well. So you would just kind of go through these emails and find similar angles. What I mean by that is, for example, you can see that the science-backed Essentials by Women for Everyone, they have like a lot of these emails, and I don't know if there's like different body copy or if it's the same, but if it's the same, then probably it's some kind of like a recent email, and you know that, okay, it's gonna do well for sure. Then you have, like, for example, this email, very, very good idea, where they kind of do the notes email, or I mean, they started as like notes app, and then it transitions onto the email. But the main thing you want to do here is kind of take a look at some of the wording or angles that they are using. Okay, so like, of course, there's gonna be a lot of sales content, Black Friday, shop responsibly, but yeah, they again talk about it's smart to be skeptical, but then again they talk about clinically backed stuff. So you can see this is like already like a theme or pattern that they're following, where they talk about clinically approved stuff quite a lot. Okay, you would go then and again science backed, bringing the heat. So again, something about science and clinically backed results. Science backed once again. So when I would be a supplement brand promoting this, I would probably first of all recreate something about science-backed support, or I would talk probably about ingredients. Like, their emails is super short, which probably you could expand it a little bit more, because this one is mainly promoting the discount. But if you don't want to run a discount, you would need you could recreate an email being like sciencely backed ingredients, and then talk about your ingredients in your supplements. Like, that in itself would probably do well, because you can see that they're using this wording quite a lot, so it means that it probably works quite well for them. Another pattern that I noticed is they tend to use, this format for the notes app, like New Year Sale Extended, 30% off site-wide. You can see that they did it in January 25, in December 24, and I think they did it in 24 earlier as well. I just need to find it, but it was somewhere here for sure. Yeah, it's here. So in May 24. So, they did it like 3 times already. So it probably means that there's something to it. They wouldn't be doing it if it didn't work, okay? Same for this email. I think I saw it multiple times over and over again. And that probably means that they're doing quite well, okay? So this is how usually you want to go about it, where you go to to one of the brands that you like. And again, these emails won't be the same like for Ritual. Like, they just did the recent because I think the discount is what matters in general. But you would find some kind of brand, like let's maybe even go to this one, and you would go and find patterns, right? Like, of course, a lot of these brands are gonna be just pushing sales over and over again, which is not something you may want to do. Like, for example, this brand, they only push sales, which again, I probably wouldn't replicate that, but I would try to find some other brand. Just very quickly trying to find one that doesn't only push discount, which is fairly popular, especially for those big brands, which is also very interesting, because technically they already have the authority and like everyone knows them. But let's maybe go to this one. Okay, buy one get one, offer again. But yeah, they're talking about top picks, smooth skin made simple. They're featuring some of the celebrities. And yeah, then obviously sales, okay. Maybe let's go to some other brand. Let's go to, I think they're called Armra. I never remember the name. But then they always have like very, very nice emails, okay? So probably this is something that you could go ahead and implement. You'd kind of just go through the emails and like see, okay, what they're doing, does the email talk about. You would just go through a few of these, and again, like if they have twice of like the same emails on the same day, it's probably just a, just a mistake. But yeah, I'm talking about recipes, which is important. Yeah, you just kind of need to go through and find the winning, the angle they're repeating, right? Like I think for them it would be pretty hard to spot because they're not that obvious when you look at the above default content, just because like they have so many like images that are um quite evergreen, I would say. But yeah, you would go through these angles, kind of find what they're doing, and then repeat it. What you can also do is, if you, for example, don't know what is your competitor, and like if they say emails, you can go by product types, or you can also just type in, any kind of supplement. Let's say maybe magnesium. You would type in magnesium. You could search it either within subject line or through email text, and you would click on search, and then it would show you, some kind of magnesium emails, which is fairly nice. And then again, you can kind of look up, some of the brands that you like, which are doing nice emails. Let's say that, maybe Free Soul is doing fairly nicely looking one. Okay. I did a welcome email, by the way, redesigned for them. So if you want to check it out, there's gonna be a video linked, so you can do it for sure. But yeah, you can see that right now they're following a fairly nice structure for the emails, which is always nice. And then they're talking about subscribe and save, some kind of myth buster, which is very nice. Listen to your gut, give me strength. Designed by her. Yeah, you just kind of need to go through. Subscribe and save seems to be like a very popular angle. So like if you were a supplement brand selling similar products, I would go ahead and promote this as an angle with just subscribe and save, and then that would probably work fairly well for you. So yeah, this is how you pretty much you can spy on your competitors, and take their winning angles. Again, if you were just to like replicate the winning ones, kind of see for what they're repeating. Like with rituals, they were talking about a lot of science-backed stuff, clinically proven, and so on and so on. So I would repeat that for sure. And yeah, this is how you do it. Again, this is my favorite platform. I'm gonna link them in the video description as well, so you can just kind of search them up and look them up. But yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. Hope it was helpful. And if you want to check out my other video, make sure to do it. Thank you. Cheers.